The power of 0.1% each day. In a small town resting beneath fog-covered mountains lived a young man named Evan. He was ordinary, so ordinary that he believed he would never become anyone special. Evan was born into a modest family and lived in an old wooden house that creaked with every passing season. He had no outstanding talent, no remarkable skill, and nothing about him seemed extraordinary. For years, he believed that ordinary was his limit. He dreamed of becoming someone useful, someone his parents could be proud of. But every time he tried something new, he quit the moment it became uncomfortable. He thought that success belonged only to those blessed with talent or luck, things he believed he lacked. Until one special afternoon, while cleaning the attic before winter, Evan discovered an old wooden box. On the lid were faded words, "To the grandson I believe in." Inside was a worn leather notebook. On the very first page was a line written by his grandfather. "Evan, if you want to change your life, don't try to change fast. Just be 0.1% better than yesterday." Evan laughed. 0.1%. A number so tiny it felt meaningless. But curiosity made him read more. The notebook was filled with small instructions, little habits, small daily steps leading to bigger goals. His grandfather had written stories from his younger days when he too was lost and unsure. Just like Evan. That night, Evan stayed awake thinking. Maybe the problem wasn't that he lacked talent. Maybe he always aimed too big, too fast, only to quit when things got hard. So Evan decided to try differently. Chapter 1. The first day, the beginning of 0.1%. His first step was simple. Practice guitar for 5 minutes, not an hour. Not mastering a song, just 5 minutes. The next day, he read 1 page of a book he bought years ago. The third day, he ran 100 meters farther than usual. Small things, tiny things, so tiny that no one noticed. But Evan noticed, and that mattered. His grandfather once wrote, "Never underestimate 0.1%. It is a seed. Water it daily, and it becomes a forest." Evan began to believe those words. Chapter 2. The first year, the invisible change. A year passed. Evan wasn't great, famous, or rich. But he was more disciplined, more patient, and more confident. He could play simple songs on his guitar. He finished 12 books. He could run 5 kilometers without stopping. He learned hundreds of new things. No one praised him because small progress is quiet. But inside him, something huge had awakened. He finally understood. People don't lose because they are slow. They lose because they stop. And Evan didn't stop. Chapter 3. Year 3. The shift. By year 3, things changed. People gathered outside his house at night to listen to him play guitar. His voice was stronger, his posture confident, his presence inspiring. He shared his tiny daily improvements online. He didn't brag. He simply said, "I only tried to be a little better than yesterday." Yet hundreds found hope through him. Chapter 4. Year 7. The fruits of patience. By year 7, Evan finished his first book, a simple, heartfelt story about growing from zero. It spread quickly. He was invited to speak to people who once felt ordinary, just like him. At every talk, he repeated, "If you can't change big, change small." He lived by 0.1%, and it changed him. Chapter 5. Year 10. The miracle of compound growth. 10 years passed. Evan was now 28. He was not just 38 times better in the mathematical sense. He was stronger, wiser, more patient, and more capable than the boy he once was. He could play music, write, run, teach, inspire. He opened his grandfather's notebook again. On the last page was a sentence he once overlooked. "If you want to witness miracles, be consistent with the ordinary." Evan smiled. Akan smiled. He finally understood. Life doesn't change by sudden big leaps. It changes through tiny steps, taken without stopping, and even now, he continues growing 0.1% every day. Message: if you improve by 0.1% every day, you will grow exponentially, and after 10 years, you will become 38 times better than the person you are today. Not because of talent, not because of luck, but because you never stopped moving forward.